Okay.
Just realised my jumper
Hello.
blends in with the background.
Hi, everyone. We are live. We are live. It's come off my screen. We are live. Hello, it's Neil and Mike. Hello, Mike. How are you?
I'm doing great. I was just saying, I've just realised that my jumper blends into the background,
You
which
look
is
very
quite.
corporate. You look very corporate today, I'd like to say.
Yeah, I just thought I'd go for a Highcross background. I've got a few different ones. I've been playing online, you see. The only downside of this whole thing, hang on, let me try this one. Hang on, where's it gone? That one. That's not too bad. That's not too bad either. That one's
Right.
just a bit odd.
Yeah.
I quite like that, which is the carving at the back of it, but I prefer that one. The only downside of it is it makes my face kind of go.
Yeah, they haven't quite got that yet. Oh, there we go. We've disappeared. You're going into the sky,
Well, that
Mike.
works better as. Oh no, that doesn't make any difference, does it?
No, no.
No, fair enough.
So it's been a full-on week actually, and it's only what, Wednesday? We've had an awful lot going on.
I just wonder how everyone else has been this week. Do you feel like the week's just been that long? So a friend of mine last week, well, you know him as well, put on Facebook on Thursday, thank goodness it's Friday.
Yes.
The worst thing is I had to check.
It was, yeah, all the days just rolling into one. And to be honest, now it gets to like Monday. Oh, Monday, Tuesday. Oh, okay. Tuesday's the most, didn't know Tuesday is officially the most boring day of the week because nothing happens. Monday's the start of the week. Then you have Tuesday, which is like, then you have Wednesday, which is hump day. Then Thursday, you're starting to look forward to the weekend. Friday, it's practically the weekend.
And so, Friday's great because it's crunchy day. You've got to be a certain generation, haven't you, to get that one?
Thank crunchy, it's Friday.
Thank crunchy, it's Friday. Yeah, excellent. But it's good. And have you had a busy week or have you been fairly quiet?
No, I've had a busy week. I've been doing obviously lots of community stuff, going around town. Did you see my picture of the COVID? They're not marshals. I don't think they're ambassadors.
The COVID people, yeah.
The COVID people, yes.
And we're going to speak to Jodie from Collective Lovecamberley in a minute.
Yes, we have a guest. We have a guest.
Which is good. And I'm just wondering why my light is just bizarre today. I don't know what's going on. Oh well, I'll give up with it. It'll be fine.
Really? No one's going to notice.
Well, it just, the danger is though, because it reflects off my head.
There's only 3 people who actually watch this. You know that.
Well, there we go. That's better, isn't it? I'll turn the lights up. Yeah, 3 people. One of them's my mum and the other's my dad. So at least we know that's 2. I think my mother-in-law does as well. So we might have a couple more than 3.
I would say be my parents, but they don't have Facebook. So
that's not a bad thing. But it is great to see everyone, and also a warm welcome to those that watch it later on YouTube. Because what we do now is after we've had this, we'll pop it onto YouTube later this afternoon for anybody to follow up. But we did have a fun weekend at Highcross because we had our first in-person service this Sunday. So we had about 20 people worshipping with us in the sanctuary, and then over 100 online, which was amazing. All very COVID secure. And just wonderful to be back in that. But it's odd being in a church building and not being able to sing. I just find that really peculiar. Lots of people are saying, oh, it's so nice, Mike, that you're not singing. So I'll go with that. I think that's a veiled compliment or total relief. I'm not sure which.
It is. And the thing is, I run a performing arts academy, and there's so many different rules going out there. Some have gone back. If they have if they have their own building or a village or whatever, they seem to have gone back. Obviously, it's down to the premises manager who manages the premises, and Highcross manage our premises. So it's a case of actually we can't actually go back. But it's not just us. There's 2 or 3 other schools that aren't able to go back. Absolutely. And I'm hearing some, from the parents how the kids are missing it. And I get all that, but unfortunately, it is what it is at the minute.
It is, and we've got to do the best to keep people safe. So certainly locally, parents with teenagers like our kids. Every day from school there's different things happening. My children went back to school on Monday after almost 3 weeks off from King's, because King's had to close because they had so many staff off, and that's affecting Collingwood and Tomlinscote as well. So even though it's not reported in the news, there's lots of odd things happening out there, and we just have to bear with it.
Well, Tomlinscote have had a few more cases. So they are wondering what to do now. The thing is, it's so close to the Christmas holidays. Do they just finish early for Christmas? Can they do that? Can they just say, you know what, we're just going to call it a day?
I think they can, as long as because they've got the electronic learning in place. As long as that's in place and they get the agreement of the governors and the county council, they should be okay. But it's a hard decision, really tough decision. And I know certainly for us at Highcross, helping our hirers make the right decision is difficult. and certainly the rules and legislation this time is, well, yeah, let's put it like this: it's not plain English for me. I find it quite complex. I think I've sussed something out, then I find something that says yes, but.
Yes. Yeah, we need to crack on. We have a guest with us today, don't we?
And it's wonderful. Last week we had Joanna and Rhoda from the Square, and this week we've got Jodie from Collectively Camberley. So let's bring Jodie in, who I've just got to remember how to do this now.
This is new, isn't it? We've never done this before. She's just gonna suddenly appear. Hopefully, yeah. We put her in a breakout room, so
she's been in the green room.
In the green room. There we go.
Hi, Jodie. How was the green room, otherwise known as your spare bedroom?
Very nice. Not enough tea. I've nearly drunk it now.
Oh, sorry.
Jodie was saying before she came on, she's had a special Christmas haircut done.
Yes, a Christmas hair.
Yeah, I tried that, and yeah, didn't work. But Jodie, sorry, Neil.
So the reason why we have Jodie on today is because not only to show off your lovely new hair you've got, that's all right. Is to tell us about Collectively Camberley and how and what you're doing over Christmas. I mean, obviously there is a lot going on in the square. There may not seem like there's a lot going on, but there is a lot going on in the square, isn't there?
I was just thinking though, before you do that, Jodie, would it be worth you just sharing with those that are listening what Collectively Camberley is?
Yeah, sure.
Because you know, me and Neil know it very well, and others will have seen it, but people will think Collectively Camberley, the Square, SHBC are all the same thing, but they're distinctly different, aren't they?
Yes, yeah. So Collectively Camberley is the Business Improvement District, otherwise known as a BID. So there's about 350 odd in the UK and Ireland now. So we're one of a bigger picture across nationally to try and support towns and city centres. So we are funded by the businesses in a very local town centre Camberley area. So we've got about 410 businesses that we work with and work for. So we do lots of bits and pieces. We obviously work very closely with Surrey Heath Borough Council, the Square and the Atrium. So the four of us get together every month and discuss the town centre, the marketing, what we're doing, and trying to make sure that everybody's kind of tying in with each other. So as a kind of overarching kind of body, we do lots of business support stuff. And currently with coronavirus, we've been able to do a lot more of that than we have done previously. So we've done a lot of floor stickers and posters and welcome backpacks for all the businesses. We've done bollard covers in the town centre. We've done a lot of our social media pushing to make sure that every day people knew what businesses were open, what were open for click and collect, what were open for takeaway, etc. So throughout both lockdowns, we've really managed to ramp up our business support aspects. And hopefully our businesses have really seen that. So then on the public side, we basically personify the Love Camberley brand. So it's the Love Camberley heart, and that will be the kind of public facing brand that people will see all over the social media, on any posters or marketing that they see going out. So the Love Camberley heart is what my team does. So that's the social media. We've got a town centre website, and we also do the large scale town centre events. So we do Camberley Armed Forces Day, which is a new one that we brought into the town recently. We do the Rooftop Film Festival on the top of the Square car park. We do the big car show in the town every year. And we then do the Christmas light switch on for everybody for the festive period. As well as that, we do lots of little town centre hunts. So you'll see big Easter bunnies up and Halloween pumpkins. And currently we've got 8 reindeer hidden around the town centre in 8 different businesses. So there's a little clue sheet that you can fill out, pop it back into the ballot boxes inside the Square, the Atrium. So once you've found all 8 reindeer, written down the festive word that you have to decipher, you can then win some gift cards. So yeah.
Are they different decorated by different groups to last year?
Yeah, so no, sorry, Mike, no, because obviously coronavirus has hit us quite hard with our events and things. Obviously, as people will be aware, we couldn't do any of our big town centre events. We had to go virtual and just kind of glaze over, unfortunately. But with the reindeer, obviously, it's the same schools and community groups as
I think we've got one of them in there, haven't we?
You're not meant to tell anyone, Mike. You're not meant to tell anyone.
The only reason I ask is I saw the picture on social media, and I thought, that looks like that might be our reindeer from last year, but I couldn't remember. A
Yeah.
lot's happened since last Christmas.
I think we actually took off, it had a few other things, so we tried to make it a bit different. So we took off some, I want to say stockings, but I don't think that's the correct term for what
I think they were leg warmers, weren't they?
leg warmers. There you go. Yeah, we took those off, so it looks a little bit different, but it's still Highcross. It's got your little logo on it and everything.
So much has happened since last Christmas. It's hard to
Yeah.
remember. And this Christmas, you've been, because it's worth people knowing that it's not the council that put up the Christmas lights or the hanging baskets throughout the year. It's the bid. It's Love Camberley.
Yeah, so yeah, those are paid for by the local businesses in the town. So all of the Christmas motifs that have gone up in the town centre externally, obviously the square and the atrium have their own, which but yeah, and all of the town centre hanging baskets and flower towers that you see. Again, obviously we didn't do that this year because it would have been a little bit of business wasted money if we'd have put those up when people couldn't come into the town centre. So we're all about trying to, do the best for our businesses and keep the budgets flowing and moving for kind of putting it back into the town centre. So
this year you
really
didn't.
Sensible. Yeah.
This year you didn't have to go around with the watering can then and water them all.
No, that's a big. I get Kyle to do that actually. So,
Oh right, okay.
And if anybody's wondering who Kyle is what's Kyle's official job title?
Oh, he changes it all the time.
He's your assistant. Is he your assistant, Jodie?
I'm not allowed to say that, Neil. No, but.
Oh, okay.
He's the events and marketing executive. So he does all of the social media.
Oh, okay.
Doing artwork, and so yeah, he does all of the fancy pants bits and pieces, all of our brochures. So he's a real good kind of techie social media.
So we need to really test him out here. Kyle, if you're watching this, just put a message underneath as to what you think your job title is and we can decide or not.
Yeah, we can actually get it right.
But I'm not saying anything. Kyle, if anybody's ever seen Kyle, he's always quite sporty, but he's generally walking around town. Last time I saw him was with a reindeer over his shoulder, which was a bit surreal, or a bunny under his arm. But he's great. You and Kyle work really well as a team, don't you? Which is just wonderful.
So it's a very small team. So it's just the two of us that all of these things together. So yeah, we work very closely. We're a really good team. Yeah, very happy with work and stuff.
The other thing I like is your office. I think it's amazing because you go up to the office and it's like, can we sit down? Yeah, just move those pamphlets from that chair there and move them over to there. And it's like, it is just so busy. You've got so much going. I think you've packed all your 12 months into that office, don't you? You get everything. When do you actually start preparing? So when did you start preparing for next year?
A couple of months ago. Obviously, with coronavirus, it's very difficult because we've had to really be careful about booking things in and, having contracts with things again, just because we've got other people's money that we're using to try and reinvest back into the town. So but yeah, we are quite often, by October usually, we've already booked and planned everything, including Christmas for the next year. So you have to be very quick, and then obviously we then use the months in between each event to then plan the next one. So it's kind of quite a couple of weeks build up to each event. It's quite busy. So just because we have lots of things like road closures, making businesses aware, putting signage up, getting all the risk assessments done, there's a real but it's really fun. So we don't mind it.
And one of the best things that the bid did arrange before coronavirus was we used to have a monthly breakfast meeting, didn't we?
Yeah.
And we've not done that for all year, of course, because of coronavirus. Yeah. And I certainly know I miss it. And having spoke to lots of the shopkeepers say, oh, we've just missed seeing each other.
When you
that
say,
was wonderful.
When you say breakfast, was it like the cheesy croissant continental breakfast, or was it a full English breakfast?
I have to say there was a challenge going on out there.
Yeah.
So depending on where you went, depended on what you got.
Okay.
So it was quite fun actually between the businesses, us all trying to outdo each other.
Yeah, I mean McDonald's I think was the most busy networking breakfast event because Mark Schreiser, the franchisee,
Mark was
he gave away McDonald's
anything for a free Mackie D.
Yeah, that's a very, very busy one. But I mean, Bella Italia, I know they're no longer there, unfortunately, but they did a nice kind of roast.
Yes.
That was very nice,
roast for breakfast. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, these days, Neil, you can have whatever you want. I think.
Yeah, anything. But it is just fabulous, and the amount of stuff that you and Kyle do and get going is amazing. And you're so patient because what the viewers won't know is I send Jodie regular emails, and quite often I'll go, "I've had an idea," and all I'll get back is, "No."
Jodie, when you see that, what do you actually think? Because I say to Mike quite often, and so does Sam as well, say we have an idea, and the look of like oh my God, what's going to happen on his face. Is this similar to you?
No, I like receiving, like, we're very open to, obviously, we always say to our businesses, you know, we have a business plan that we have objectives to help and support and do for Camberley. But if there's things in there that doesn't suit the business, we'll try and tailor and work with the individual business. So any open ideas are great. But sometimes there are ideas that I would love to do, but it's just not possible. Like, I think, you know, there's a lot of demand for this and that, and logistically, with budget, with team, it's just not possible to unfortunately do it. So Mike has these wild and wonderful ideas sometimes.
This is Jodie's wonderfully diplomatic way of saying you just don't think about it.
Delete my email address, Mike, please.
Okay, well, I'm glad it's not just us then.
Thing, and I think through the bid, what at the start, sorry, he's prepared, because of that networking that you'd enabled, it just meant that we were able to help the community so fast. And with your help, we had people like Mark Schweitzer from McDonald's, and then the team from TK Maxx and Costa and various things, all supporting the work we were doing because we all knew each other. Yeah, and that's just brilliant. And now, you know, we have Neil now as our community worker. Who,
hello.
Sorry about that. Who's out there in the community doing stuff. But what have you got? What's the bid doing for Christmas?
So obviously we would have had our big Christmas light switch on event.
We did.
Over the day, we usually attract about 60,000 people to that event.
Good job you didn't do that this year. Yeah.
So we couldn't possibly do that. So what we were planning on doing was splitting that event into 2 events to support our farmers and artisan market. But unfortunately, obviously, November was the kind of first hit on that one, and that was in lockdown. And we've actually, because we're in tier 2, and I think hopefully for the businesses, December is going to be a really busy month anyway, because people are dying to get into town and buy their Christmas presents, etc. So we felt like in December, it probably wasn't as relevant to do an event again, you know, spend X amount of money doing that for not much kind of benefit to the businesses, because hopefully everything else that we're doing, what the Square's doing, what the Atrium's doing, is going to bring people into town anyway, on their own merit. So we've got the Christmas reindeer hunt, like I've mentioned, so that's going on for the whole of December. And the idea of that is obviously to highlight businesses that you might not have known were there, or, you know, increase footfall across the town centre, whilst again winning some nice prizes.
That started now.
Yeah, so it was meant to be the whole of December, but Boris obviously messed that up. So we started on the 5th and we're going to go to the 31st. So there's lots of time to get out there.
Superb. And where can you get the leaflet from?
So in the square, the main square in the square.
Yep, the information desk and the stands there.
Yeah. Or at the top of the atrium by the entrance to View Cinema. You can also return them there in a ballot box. So
thank you.
Yeah, so the prizes are the gift card. So that's another thing that obviously we have initiated in Camberley since.
I was going to say that's new, isn't it? The gift card is new as well.
So the idea of that was obviously the Square had their existing gift card, and they actually said to us, "Did you want to kind of take that on and make it a town centre wide card?" Because it was only for specifically shops inside the centre. So we basically took that on and we launched that in September. And it's a town-wide scheme, so we've got over 70 businesses on there, so quite a lot of independents have signed up to it, and then obviously your bigger brands, your nationals as well, because they marry up and they have to help each other. So we've got this really hefty gift card that we sell online, so via our website, or you can go to the customer service desk at the Square and they're kindly selling it on our behalf. So it's a really nice one. I think there's been quite a lot of negative press from Martin Lewis. I was shouting at the television the other day. He said about not buying gift cards for specific stores, which you understand because quite a lot of people are wary of the uncertainty of retail and, you know, Topshop, etc. Going to administration. But the beauty of the town centre Love Camberley gift card is that it's for, like I said, over 70 businesses. So you won't lose that. That's available.
It's a safe buy, isn't it?
It's a safe, Exactly.
Can I just ask you a question? Does it expire at all?
So you've got a year from the date that you've purchased it. So like most gift cards,
Okay,
again,
12 months.
If something else happens, like a lot of gift cards have been sort of extended this year, so there is the ability for us to extend that, but it would just be, people just have to contact us and say they haven't been able to spend it for whatever reason, and if it's a valid reason, then we can extend it. But the idea of that was all about recovery for the town centre. So after the first lockdown, we thought we needed to get something in place which keeps money local, which keeps business local. We're using it as like Camberley cash, so you can only spend it at Wildwood Camberley, you can only spend it at Wilko Camberley, you can only spend it at Rochere's Camberley, so it's only for Camberley businesses.
And that's so exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a really good good scheme. Really easy. It's a MasterCard scheme as well, because it's like a debit card, so you can just swipe it. The business gets 100% of the transaction immediately, like they would for any other transaction, so there's no fees for them. We cover all of that stuff, so all of the background stuff is dealt with. The businesses just need to sign up, let us know, and then they can promote it. So we're doing a lot of like giveaways and things on our social media at the minute. So you can win. Won £120.20 the other day because he exactly guessed the amount of gift card that we put on. So that was awesome. And then we've got other, if you review a business, supporting the local businesses, if you review a business, you could win a £30 gift card. So there's really worthwhile giveaways on our at Love Camberley social media. And then the other thing to mention about the gift card is we're currently entered into a national competition whereby we're up against like Edinburgh, London, all the big
names. We're
still third in that at the moment.
We're second.
Yay!
So Elgin Bid are at the top at the moment. So we're in real competition with Elgin, which is a small town in Scotland. So we are, we're sort of neck and neck, and we're really trying to push that out. So everybody on our public mailing list should have had an email saying enter. It's a really fun small 10-minute quiz all about Christmas. And then if they enter, they can be in the chance of winning a £1,500 Love Camberley gift card. So it's a really, really big prize. And then for us, we would be crowned the brainiest town of the UK.
The brainiest town.
Brainiest town.
I have to say, I have done it, and the quiz is brilliant.
It's a good one.
I was dead chuffed when I did it because we were in third place, so I'm even more chuffed now we're in second. So get online. And what's your website, Jodie? That they can
www.lovecamberley.co.uk.
Nice and simple. I like that.
Yeah. So on there is all of the bits and pieces that we need. It's a brand new website, actually. We've just literally launched it like last week. So it's all It's all spangly and new and on brand and user friendly. So go and have a look at that. There's all of our what's on and all the things that are going on in Camberley.
That's brilliant. And it gets that, I think the key message this Christmas, isn't it, is shop local. And it's so key. I was in Camberley this morning. I was saying to Jodie before she came on that I went to buy some new shoes, tried on a pair, thought they're a bit small, got to the desk, decided they were too small, so went and got another pair, and we were still struggling, saying these are too small. And the checkout assistant at Diekman said to me, she said, you do realise they're the same size as the ones you had. So I clearly hadn't woken up at 9 o'clock this morning, but it is about shopping. Like, you can get everything you need for Christmas in Camberley. You don't need to go to Bracknell or Guildford or Reading or Basingstoke. You can get it in Camberley, and we've got a huge array of shops from independents to multinationals. It's just wonderful. And I think what's nice about Camberley is everyone knows each other, and the shopkeepers know each other. I walked through this morning and got heckled by a couple of people, that's normal. It's normally security going, hey. But it wasn't today. It was the security guards. We know each other, but we've also got the new COVID marshals in town, haven't we? Neil, you took a picture of them yesterday. I
did. Yeah, two lovely ladies. I know one of them. So we stood there. We were talking away, and they haven't got their proper uniforms yet, have they, Jodie? They're in your sort of event organisers high vis.
So they are central government funded, so via Surrey Heath Borough Council. So unfortunately, they're not for us to boss around, which I'd like. But they are.
What's the power?
2 more employees. Excellent. Sorry, Carl, it's still just you.
They are working very closely with us, obviously, as well, with the square and making sure that businesses are all okay and following the rules and things, and making sure that the public are all staying safe, following the keep left guidelines and the face coverings. So it's a really positive thing. So if you see those guys, then obviously give them a wave because they can't see you smile.
And it's so positive because we were hearing on the news, the last couple of days, there's been the vaccines being rolled out, which is wonderful, and people are being impatient. I think the message is just wait until you have your letter from your doctor or the phone call. It'll get there. There's 60 million of us in the country. You're not number one, unfortunately. It's there's lots of other people, so be patient and it'll get there. But also on the news this morning there was concerns about London potentially slipping into tier 3. So I think it's that basic message. We might not be in lockdown anymore and we might be excited by Christmas, but we need to remember the basics. Hands, face, space. It's just, and in Camberley town centre, you and the square and the atrium and the council have made it so simple. That simple message.
You can't make it any plainer, really, can you?
Keep to be honest. And leave the space. And it's a simple message.
I must admit, actually, you could do some traffic lights in the town centre because you come to that little T junction where Boots is, and you feel like you ought to go right out and then turn right if you want to go right instead of just cutting the corner.
All the way around and then back on yourself. But
as long
as it's sensible, Neil, I think it's okay. You can.
Well, I went to Woking. We went to Woking on Sunday to continue our Christmas shopping. We did Saturday.
You went to Woking to do your Christmas shopping. Hang on.
No. Saturday.
No.
Saturday we spent 4 hours in Camberley Christmas shopping, and then we needed to get a few extra bits which weren't in Camberley, so we had to go to Woking. But the thing is, they have a one-way system, and if you know Woking, like the shopping centre,
that's a
you have
huge
to go
one-way system
all the way around the tier to get to a shop, and if you miss it, you've got to go all the way back again. It's ridiculous.
It's a bit like when Tesco did the one-way system, isn't it, in the supermarket? I don't know about how you shop, but my brain isn't that logical in the supermarket. And you always miss something, but I think it's keeping those principles, isn't it? Because London are struggling with it. Wash your hands, cover your face, make space to prevent the spread of the virus. And it's really simple. So I was chatting to somebody who comes to Highcross, and she had a ping on the test and trace system, so she's now isolating for 10 days, and she said she doesn't know where it happened, but it proves that system works. And it can be as simple as you stood in a queue for too long with somebody, or you've been, it's all clever technology, wizardry, isn't it? But it works, and it's designed to keep us safe. So as long as people stick that rules. And the other big one is, and I know it's mine and Neil's biggest bugbear, is the etiquette of mask wearing.
Those.
Masks don't go here
or here.
They go here. You cover your nose and your mouth.
And if you haven't got, the masks do come in different sizes. So I know some people, they do have like big noses, small noses, and they find it difficult sometimes to wear a mask, or it slips down or whatever. Find a mask that fits, because they do come in different sizes, as I found it. I use like a Wild West neckerchief thing. I find it so much easier to do it. And I get the comments, oh, you look like you just come from the Wild West. Oh, you're a cowboy. So, but it's just what works for you. And I personally don't like black masks. I think I like a nice colourful mask as opposed to a black one.
Yeah, you look a bit like you're going to rob somebody.
But when you think about it, if you'd have gone into a bank a year ago wearing a mask, put the mask on.
Part of my role being a minister, of course, is you do funerals, and all the undertakers wear the black masks. And I've got a nice one with the poppies on, which I wear for a funeral. And it's really quite odd when you're doing a service or you're addressing a gathering, because you have no facial reactions to go off anymore. Whereas in the past, I relied totally on facial expression and how they're reacting to see if you've got the tone right. And you just don't. It's really difficult, because people might be smiling and going, but that doesn't come to the eyes.
You have to smile with your eyes. You have to look at their eyes now.
That's actually a point, Mike, because we did a project after the first lockdown with Just for Kids on London Road and the atrium.
You keep talking about one.
Yeah, whereby we handed out a clear face covering to every business in the town centre to support the deaf community, because obviously it's a real struggle for people who are deaf, who cannot lip read with those masks on. So we have tried to support the deaf community as much as we can with, there we go, Exhibit A. So so now
you can still see me. The only downside is
It steams up.
No, you need to apparently you need to put fairy liquid in it, Mike, and wipe it before you use it, and then
They are absolutely brilliant. And myself and Neil bumped into somebody in town the other day who I know who is deaf, and I totally forgot. And she looked at me and went, "I'm deaf."
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. So I had to take my mask down so she could lip read. But it's really, and I think that the fact that you as the bid have done that, that's inclusive alongside Chloe and Sophie's special ear fund is wonderful.
Yeah.
What I found was really annoying about obviously the clear masks, they came out, and then if you wanted to buy them from like Amazon or whatever, they were so expensive.
Yeah.
Well, you can buy them locally, Neil. Buy them locally.
This is when they first came out, you know. But
so that's
no,
two hits so far of not
sorry.
local.
Okay, yeah. I won't mention Woking again.
Oh, that's three. So I think we need to instigate a not local find, don't we? So we need to think of something that every time he gets it wrong, he has to bring in coffee for you, and Kyle wants you back.
Yes.
But it's that key message. Great chatting to you, Jodie. It's that key message of shop local. Remember, there's loads of options. And if you're really stuck for a Christmas present, no, don't be really stuck. If you're not sure what to get somebody for a Christmas present, the simple solution is, go on, Jodie.
Love Camberley gift card.
A Love Camberley gift card. It's got to be done. And I'll say that if somebody doesn't know what to buy me, I would be very happy with a Love Camberley gift card. I really would.
You could have got your new boots with it.
Sorry?
You could have got your new boots from Deutsche.
I could have got my new boots.
Yeah.
I could get my hair. But saying that, I got a pair of walking boots in January because we were going to do a sponsored walk and walk the length of the Basingstoke Canal. So we're going to do that next year, hopefully. And I got my boots from House of Fraser with a Camberley gift card that I won for pulling a funny face in front of the Christmas tree last year. So
nice. Okay.
I have no idea how I won it, but it paid for my walking boots. So
he just really smiled at the Christmas tree. He didn't actually pull a funny face. That's the thing.
Didn't actually enter.
No.
I get that. Today I went past. So hi Dan. I'm just going to say hi to Dan Adams because
again?
I met Dan this week and he says, "Why do you keep mentioning me?"
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah. You're going to have a fine for mentioning Dan Adams soon.
No. I just want to encourage people as well to get into the Christmas spirit. So in Pembroke Square, is it Pembroke Square opposite House of Fraser? There's a snow globe in there. And when you go past, please press the snow globe because it makes a wonderful tune. And as you press it, just look up to the Conquest Consultancy office and give Dan a wave because he's really appreciating you pressing the snow globe. But he said even more excitingly is the new letterbox to Father Christmas. If you pop a letter in, it sings a lovely tune as well. So if you don't mind pressing the snow globe, then going over to the post box and popping a letter in and then waving at the Conquest office, Dan will be so thrilled.
I've had nothing to do with that, Dan.
He will lose his Christmas spirit very quickly.
Jodie, we're going to say bye-bye because we're going to carry on chatting.
So
it's lovely seeing you. And,
lovely seeing you.
Have a nice day.
Thank you, guys.
Hi,
bye.
I'll say hi to Kyle from us. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. So
how many more times can you mention Dan Adams every week, Mike? It's almost like we ought to get him on. Should we get him on here next week?
Let's get Dan on next week. Yeah, Dan, you've got to come to us next week because just so people can see what's going on. After last week's one, I got a phone call on Wednesday evening going, you two. That's all he said was you two. But it is great. And his office is one of the mixed units within the square because it's above the toilets.
Someone did say to me the other day, you two look like the two Ronnies with your glasses on. It's like, yeah.
Let's not go there. Let's not go. But it's not just about Camberley. It's not just about the town centre. It's about wider Camberley. And lots of people are doing different things to get ready for Christmas. And one of the great things is the Camberley Shines idea, isn't it? With the stars.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about that? And I'll try and find the poster to bring it up.
Yeah. Basically, there's a poster which you can colour in. You put it up at the window, and the idea is that we want them all around Camberley. Camberley, Frimley Green, other local suburbs are available. So what you do is, do they come to us and then we send it to them? We can email it to them.
Just put any star they have in their window.
Okay. Yeah.
Ideally lit up so that it just shows out the love that is at this Christmas. And I'm trying desperately to find a picture of it to show you the poster. But the good news is I am failing massively.
So that could be Christmas lights then as well, couldn't it, really?
Yeah, so I found the poster. So Hang on, give me a second, and I will screen share.
We had
So
this conversation. I did say to you, could you get stuff ready? And you're like, yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that. We need
I'm
a
so
techie bloke.
Yeah, yeah. There we go.
Some-
Camberley shines. So,
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
but it's other churches are available. So St Mary's is doing it. Heatherside's doing it. Frimley's doing it. Lots of places are doing this shines idea. It's a national thing. So take a picture of your window with your star in, and then use the hashtag Camberley Shines 2020 so we can see some of the wonderful stars that are out there. I noticed one of our local councillors' houses today who's got 4 stars in his window and a Christmas tree and a star on top outside. So well done to Colin on that one. But just spread some joy this Christmas with the Camberley Shines picture, really.
And the thing is, like, if you haven't got any lights, then just draw a star, stick it on the window, and send us a picture. It's a case. It's just a case of saying, look, we're shining. We're good. We're happy. You know, we're having a great time. And it's coming up for Christmas. I mean, it's got to be having a good time, haven't you?
It is. So, and hashtag Camberley Shines. And remember, at Christmas, got that wrong. Hashtag Camberley Shines 2020. But also remember, at Christmas, it is about having fun, and it's about remembering the reason for the season, which, as a Christian, I've got to say, it's in the title. It's Christ.
It's Christmas.
But all faiths celebrate Christmas because Jesus is seen as a prophet for many. But it is a time of goodwill. And remember, whatever you do, celebrate safely. We have got this ease of restrictions from the Prime Minister, but be careful. You know, make sure you still wear your masks and distance, because it's just that danger of the virus getting a real grip. Yeah, we've started the rollout of the vaccine, but it's only a handful so far. It's going to take quite a while until the whole nation's vaccinated.
It will do. And we are back next week, hopefully. Do you know what, with Dan Adams? We need to go up to, we're going to drag him out of his office, I think.
Yeah,
and,
we need to get him to Zoom to us from his office so he can show on the camera the snow globe.
And how close he is actually to it. Did you know, though, my wife pointed out the other day, okay, that there is actually a family in a bubble, which is totally ironic, isn't it, really, when you think about it?
Was that not how it was designed, though?
I don't know. It could be. But yeah, she said, no, it's a family in a bubble. So there we go.
Brilliant. So have a great week, everyone. Remember, shop local, Camberley Shines 2020, and we'll speak to you next week. Thanks, Jodie, for coming on.
Thank you very much, Jodie. And remember, the vaccination is being rolled out now. Please be patient. Okay, don't go bugging your doctor saying, I want it. You will be called, or you'll get a letter through about it. Okay, so it's bye-bye from me.
And bye-bye from him. See you later.
Okay, see you later.
Bye.